The time is now. You decided you want to invest, but it's been 3 months, 6 months, even over a year, and now you don't know where to begin. Well, today we're going to talk about two exchanges, Robinhood and Coinbase, where you can get your hands on some stocks or crypto. So let's get it. Welcome back. My name is Zach, and as always, I'm your host here on the Divine Dividend. So today we're going to talk about opening accounts on Robinhood and Coinbase, and pretty much everything you need to do to get started. Primarily, we're going to be talking about Robinhood because the getting an account process is the same for almost every exchange you're ever going to get on. And that's walking through the account, your basic info, proving your identity, the funding, and then finally submitting. So you can think about making your account as your login information. So right here, just first name, last name, email, and then your password. So essentially this is you get the app or you log on into the website. This is just your username and your password. Your basic info, you can think of this as all of your tax information because you know that the IRS is going to get theirs. So any profits that you make, just be prepared at the end of the year whenever you file your taxes, you're going to be incorporating some of the profits or gains that you make on either Robinhood or Coinbase. So basic info, this is just tax information. It'll ask you a little bit about yourself, probably your address and just general ways that they can identify you. And that just moves right into the identity. Again, this is just all tax information. And Robinhood and Coinbase will generate you a tax form at the end. But the point of like these two sections right here is just make sure you're accurate because the last thing you want to do is get charged for someone else's profits. And as long as you're clear and concise here, you'll be able to easily identify yourself. Funding, this is basically your banking information. So as soon as you finally log in and you want to start investing, this is the money that the bank account is going to come from. And vice versa, when you sell and you finally want it back in your bank account, this is the account it's going to go to. Lastly, you're just going to submit. This takes 24 to 48 hours, depending on when you do it and how fast everything's going. Just know that the first time you put money in, so going from your account to Robinhood or to Coinbase, it's probably going to take another 24 to 48 hours. So even if you start right now, go through the whole process and decide to move money over, you're not going to buy a stock or any crypto for, 3 to 6 days most likely. So if you look over here at Coinbase, it's almost the exact same thing. First name, last name, email, password. This is like once you get the app or the website, this is just how you log in. And then it's going to ask you the same tax credentials again, just how to verify it's you. They call it KYC. It's called Know Your Customer. But it's this initiative that's been started like a few years ago. They just don't want people committing tax fraud. So just own up to it and just go ahead and get it out the way. Right after this, I'm going to show you what it looks like once you're logged in and how you can go about navigating the websites and maybe buying your first stuff. All right, so this is what Robinhood looks like. So first and foremost, this big number right here, this is your portfolio total, okay? Down here, it'll show you what you did that day. So I made $4.88 today, and I went up 0.29% of my total portfolio. This number right here, this $550, this is already included in my total, but this is just what's not invested in stocks. So I have $550 in cash on the side that I can go ahead and invest in whatever. So when you do buy a stock, it'll show up down here under the stocks area. So it shows I have 2 shares of Microsoft, 2 shares of Abivai, 1 share of Coca-Cola, and so on. Anything below that is just the watch list. So this will be a watch list for cryptocurrencies. You can only buy Bitcoin and Ethereum on here, so that's why I suggest Coinbase. And then down here is a watch list of all the different stocks and ETFs you can get into. Usually I'll put kind of bigger ETFs up at the top, just so I can get a general sense of how the market is going. And then down here I'll have different stocks that I'm looking to invest in. So this whole portfolio is just like a little dividend portfolio I'm working on. something that I'm trying to make that's recession proof. So there's some companies out there called dividend aristocrats, and there's different qualifications, but generally it's companies that have been around for years and years, but for at least the last 25 years, they've never missed a dividend payment, and not only that, their dividend has actually increased year over year for the last 25 years. So they've already seen recessions, and they've been around for decades. So it's a safer place to put your money in a time like now when we don't really know what the market's going to do. But if you have absolutely no clue what stocks you even want to invest in, down here it gives you a couple different categories to choose from. This is the 100 most popular stocks that are traded on Robinhood. If you want to do swing trading, you can check out earnings, stocks that are new on Robinhood. So they already have a giant list. I don't have a number for you for how many stocks are here, but they do have stocks from other exchanges that you wouldn't normally get to. So I know a couple months ago they added Nintendo, which isn't like on the NASDAQ or the NYSE or anything. So they do have some cool stocks on here. If you want to go by sector, they have technology, oil and gas. They have a million categories, so you can just go show more, check all the categories, and you'll find some of the favorite companies you want to get into. So this portfolio, this is the home page. If you click the feather, it'll always take you back to the home page as well. Free stocks, this is where you get that little referral link. So if you text that link to somebody or email it to them, and then they go ahead and make an account, you guys will each get a free stock. The cash, so Robinhood does have like a little debit card, and it'll pull from this cash balance. So if you go use it in town, just make sure you have this balance, and I think that you get like 0.3% cash back. Messages, so anytime you buy or sell a stock, it'll be like, congratulations, you own a share, or congratulations, you sold a share. If you do have any dividend companies, for example, Procter & Gamble, it'll be like, great, because you owned one share, Procter & Gamble, you received a dividend for this quarter. And then if you just click on accounts, it'll just show you how much money you have in your portfolio, but then your buying power. Also, you can change your banking info, and you can look at the tax documents. So Coinbase, very similar. This is like the little feather in Robinhood. It'll always take you back home. It'll give you just a general sense of how your portfolio is doing. I think right now it's on the 1 month. We can go back and take a look at the last week, the last 24 hours. Down here, again, just like Robinhood, it's got a watch list. So Coinbase has 20 coins that they offer on the exchange. Right now I'm only paying attention to 11, but if you click discover more assets, you can take a look at the other 9. If you go to portfolio, this is going to show you exactly how much you have of each coin, and then break it down by percent, what percent it is of your portfolio. Okay, so it goes in descending order. So you can see I have 36% Bitcoin, and it kind of works its way down. Down here, these ones that are 0%, that just means I don't own any of these coins in this portfolio. So this is just kind of a cool thing to take a look at. I'll make some other videos in the future on maybe what coins to look at. I don't really want to give you like the financial advice and tell you, hey, you need to buy these coins right now. But I have done a lot of research, and I can tell you ones to take a look at. And you know, even if you don't want those coins, you can look at coins similar to them, and it'll point you in the right direction. So just this little stuff over here, lifetime rewards. If you look at USD coin, so this is actually an American dollar right here. This is a virtual American dollar. Okay, so basically this is its own crypto, but it stays always at $1. So this is super useful because, so say I have 2,317 in Bitcoin, okay? Well, if I know Bitcoin's about to go down, like there's about to be a steep drop, I would just turn it all into USD coin, because then I'd have $2,317 of that. And then as the price of Bitcoin drops, I still have the same like amount of money, the same value, but the price of Bitcoin will drop, so I can buy back in with the same amount of money and then actually end up owning more Bitcoin. So that's the type of trading you can do on here. So what you do is, if you want to do that, you would go to Bitcoin, go to overview, and this buying and selling, that's going from one account, like your bank accounts, to Coinbase and vice versa. But if you want to do that other feature like I showed you, where you can go from Bitcoin to USDC, you would just go right here, and you want to change your Bitcoin to, should be all the way at the bottom, USDC. You can just go ahead and convert all of it, and instead of having to go from Bitcoin back to your bank account and then your bank account back to Bitcoin, there will be a little tiny fee right here that happens every single time. That fee is a little higher when it goes to your bank account. Know that this isn't just Coinbase's fee, okay? So every transaction with cryptocurrency at all, a little tiny bit gets burned, or a little tiny bit goes to the miners, a little tiny bit goes to the exchange. So any exchange that you're on is going to have this. But you would just go convert all and go ahead and convert it, and then your money will be in a stable coin, so it's going to keep its value, as opposed to risking it and keeping it all in Bitcoin or whatever coin, and then risking it going down. So that's pretty much it. This is your wallet, so this will show just all your previous transaction that you've ever done. And just like Robinhood, you have a link that you can send. So if you share this link with your friend, and then your friend makes an account, note that they have to buy, or they have to invest $100 into Coinbase before you guys each get $10 of Bitcoin. Okay, so instead of Robinhood where you get a free stock, this one you have to put in at least $100. Then you guys each get $10 of Bitcoin. So that's about it. Today you've seen how to make an account on Robinhood and Coinbase. As soon as you link your bank account to both of them, go ahead, do your research on specifically which stocks and which cryptos you want to get into, and you're finally ready to invest. So just make sure you keep all your passwords and login information private. You don't want anyone logging into your account and investing your money or withdrawing it into a different account. So that's it. Stay tuned for future videos. See you later.
Are you ready? Are you ready to try? In a holy Mount Zion, you got to make your decisions. But those